Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm your host Lighton and this is Us Together. Yes, I'm so excited you guys because we are finally here to do our first topic. Um as I start this topic, I'm going to tell you guys what I understand by humanity from a personal point of view. And don't quote me wrong, other people could understand it differently, but I'm just going to say it from my point of view. What I understand by humanity is really loving, guiding, and protecting each other, like without expecting anything in return. Because if I do something for another person and I'm expecting something in return, then that's not humanity. I feel like I'm doing a business. And another thing that I also understand by humanity is loving everybody, regardless of who they are, regardless of their color, regardless of their religion, regardless of their sex, regardless of their social class, or regardless of anything. But I want us to get into that space whereby I just see another human being and I'm like, I'm going to do this for them because they're human. I feel like nothing else should matter apart from the fact that we are all human beings. We all want to love, to be loved. We all want to be needed. We all want to be seen. I don't know if it's just me, but nowadays I've realized that we are no longer like we've kind of lost the humanity in us. Like everybody is so busy doing them. Everybody is so busy trying to make it out there. Don't get me wrong, right? It's the right thing to do. We all want to get money, we all want to be rich, but like at what expense? Because we live in a society today and it's really sad. We live in a society whereby someone could faint on the road, and everybody will be bypassing them. Everybody will be bypassing them because either they're going to be late for work or they have a deal to crack or simply because they don't care. And sometimes some people who care, they're going to come and try helping this person, but they're going to do it to just take photos, to like post on social media. And I'm wondering, like, are you really doing it to help your fellow human being, or are you just doing it for just for showbiz, for technology and all that? And I think I've realized with our generation, what is going on in the world is that nowadays we're all so much in our corners. All of us are so much in our corners. Everybody has like, oh, this is my family, oh, this is my friend. Like, we are so much in our corners. We've become individualistic. I understand we've all been hurt, we've all been disappointed. But at the end of the day, we need each other as human beings. At the end of the day, we need to be together. We should stop being in the corner to be individualistic. Because when you go back to the books, to the holy books, God created us to be with each other. Because we are social beings. At the end of the day, we want to be with each other. That's why if you like post something on Facebook and then nobody likes it, it makes you feel a certain way. I know so many times you come here and be like, all right, don't care. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. But the fact is we care. And I'm also those people who keep saying, or I don't care if anyone likes me or if people don't like me. No, I'm being honest today. We actually care. I actually want people to love me. I actually want people to see me. I actually want to be seen. And I think we as a society, we need to do better. I'm going to tell you a few personal stories that made me change. I'm going to tell you good ones and of course those that really made me change. My mom is in a foreign country and she keeps helping people. She keeps helping people. And then of course sometimes she's disappointed because the people she helps sometimes they don't appreciate, sometimes they forget her, and all that. So when I was young, I used to ask her, like, Mommy, why do you keep doing this? She told me, she said, you know what? Don't do things expecting anything in return, and then don't do anything because the other person is doing. Do it for you. Like, don't let other people change who you are. Just keep doing good. And then she also told me like good comes back to you. And I personally experienced this, right? I moved to a new country just a few years ago and I met this very I don't want to say I met because I didn't know them, right? I talked to them on phone and all that. And then this person was so nice to me. He helped me find my way around. He helped me with everything. He was like a brother I never had, right? And my mom, that's at that point when my mom told me, like, you know what, Lighton, you see what I've been telling you? When you help people, when you be a nice person, people see, like, you get help in return. Like, even if they don't help her or me, but like somehow they'll help your child, they'll help your friend, somehow they'll come back to you, like somehow someone will come and help you. So that was a very good lesson that taught me actually to help, And I'm not saying that my mom was helping to get anything in return, but she was just telling me that if you put good vibes out there, they come back to you. This universe, that thing they always say that karma is a bitch. Like whatever you give out there comes back to you. And I have another very, very sad story, I'm in a foreign country, and all of you know how hard it is to be in a country whereby you don't have so many family members, you don't have so many friends. And we try to create these small communities, I met this one friend, we became really close, and we promised to be there for each other, we promised to see each other. But there's a time he got into a depression, and I didn't know about it. I kept on asking him, are you okay? And he only said, yeah, I was okay. My dad is just sick, or it's not a big deal. And 8 months later, we talked again, and he told me he was in a very, very, very deep depression. He told me he was really, really losing it. I was so sad. I remember that day I'm sorry, like this is really emotional. I remember that day we're driving in the car, and I cried because I wondered where I was. Like, I wondered how I didn't see my friend. Yet I had promised him that I'll be there for you. I wondered how I didn't see him. I wondered how I didn't realize that he needed a friend. And when I talked to him, he told me he just needed emotional support. That really, really changed my life. So ever since that day, I make sure I check up on my friends. I make sure I find out if they're okay, even if they told me that they're not okay. So even if they tell me that they're okay, I make sure I go into depth, I don't just ask, oh my God, how are you? And if they say, oh, I'm okay, I assume they're okay. Because sometimes someone just needs someone to actually ask them, keep asking them, are you sure you're okay? It was really a good experience, because ever since that day, like nowadays, I make sure I check on my friends, even if I find like a random stranger, even if I find a random person on the road and they don't seem okay, I will still help them, because I would want to be helped. Like, I'm also in a foreign country. I'm not in the same country with my brother, and I would want someone to help them, And there's another time I was working with this guy, and I think he was kind of using things that he shouldn't be using, and he was falling. He was losing it. He was going off track, right? So there's this one person who's like really my good friend. I wanted advice. I wanted to know what I should do, because I got concerned. I looked at him as my brother. As another human being. I asked this person. This person is actually a very, very nice person. I asked him, oh, my workmate, I don't think he's doing okay. I think he's maybe like into some dangerous things. What do I do? Do I like talk to him? Do I tell the managers? Because I actually don't want them to lose their jobs, right? What this person told me really, really disappointed me, because I know him as a nice person, right? He told me, oh, the problem with you, Lighton, you really care too much. It is not your problem. Just move on. Like, let him be. So I looked at him and I'm like, yes, I know it's not my problem, but at the end of the day, he's a human being. I see him like a young brother. Like, I'd want someone to help my brother. I'd want someone to see me. Like, I'd want someone to talk to me if I'm going through something hard, I know all around the world there's been things going on about, like, Black Lives Matter. And I want to tell you that I'm proud that I participated, and at some point I actually led the protest. It felt so good, And what actually made it feel good is what actually made it feel better than it was is because people from other races were joining us, right? And I was wondering the other day, it was a very hard topic to me, because I was wondering the other day, like, how did we get here? Like, when did we start seeing color? Because at the end of the day, if you remove my skin and remove the other person's skin, we're all one person, And I was watching some talk show. I saw these two innocent kids, right? They're both from different colors, right? They were best friends, and one of them too, and they had a twin day at school, right? And one of them, the white kid told the mom that she has a twin at school, so they should give them the same clothes. So when they interviewed them, they asked them, why do you guys think we are twins? The kids were so innocent. They said, because we are brothers, and then we are the same age, and we have the same hair. Like, we have the same hair. Imagine these two innocent kids, right? They're totally different, but for them, they don't see color. They see it as being brothers and sisters, right? But it's society that pollutes them. And I pray we protect these guys' innocence. That's why when you go to like daycares, right? Everybody's playing with everyone when they're young, right? But it's when they start growing that they start knowing, oh my God, oh, I'm black, or I'm yellow, or I'm green, or I'm white. That's when they start knowing color. Even when you talk about something like social class, when I was in primary, like, I went to like a middle class school, but I didn't know that anyone was richer than me, or anyone was younger than me, or anyone was poorer, or like, all I saw was we are all people, like we are all friends. And my mom keeps telling me this story about my primary friends who are 5 girls, and I don't have a sister. So whenever I talk to my mom about this, she tells me, always told me that those guys were your sisters. And I think that's what we should be telling our kids, right? We should be telling them to not see color, not to see religious differences, not to see sex. Like, because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't be friends with boys. Like, it really, really bothers me. And I'm like, how did we get here? Like, how did we get here? Because at the end of the day, when you look at the holy books, we are all human. We all want to be loved. We all want to be seen. We all want to see each other. Another sensitive topic that usually makes us maybe think we're different or we're better than each other is about the gender thing, between boys and girls, right? As we grow up, right, usually sometimes they'll tell you, oh, a girl can do this. Like, I've had that personal experience, right? They'd be like, oh, because you're a girl, you can't look good, because you can't look good and be smart. I remember when I was in high school, I used to do well. Sorry, I'm not bragging, but I want a young girl out there to be inspired. I used to do very well. I used to be either the best or second best in class, right? So one day there's this professor, they're called teachers in secondary school. One day there's this teacher who got my results and was like, who is this person? I want to see this person. I'd gotten distinctions throughout the whole report card. So they call me, I come. He's like, are you sure it's you? I'm like, yeah, it's me. Then he told me to bring my ID. You know what I mean? So when I gave him my ID, it was like, yeah, it's actually you. Then he said, I didn't know that girls can be smart too. Okay, no, he didn't say it like that, but it was like, I didn't know that even girls who look like you, can perform well too. So it got me thinking, what did he mean? You know what I mean? So it's such small things that make boys sometimes, some boys, to think they're better than each other. Or even that thing whereby they be like, oh, let me say, like, it's only girls who, let's say, cook. Why can't a boy cook? Or that thing they say, let me say, it's only boys. Let me say, when talk about relationships, right? Sometimes they're like, it's only girls who are abused in relationships, like, emotionally, and let's say any sort of abuse, right? Even men are abused too. If we stop stereotyping and putting gender roles and saying this person can't do this because they're girls and this person can't do this because they're boys, then we'll start seeing each other as human beings. Start by something very simple yet very hard sometimes. Let's start by taking very good care of ourselves. Self-love and self-care is so key. Because I always tell my mom this, actually, that you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. So let's take very good care of ourselves, because if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to give the world what's left of you. But if you take very good care of yourself, you're going to give the world the best of you. Let's try and listen more. I realize that nowadays we are kind of nobody's listening to each other. And even me, I'm a culprit, by the way. I'm a culprit, by the way. I'm learning to listen more to my friends, right? And not just to listen, to respond. When someone's telling us something, we are not listening to understand where they're coming from, but we're kind of just listening to respond, to just put our points out there. But I think we should try and learn to listen, to understand where that person is coming from. In that sense, if we do that, you're going to understand their story, and then maybe it can help us be like more empathetic. And we should also try and see each other. One thing I realized with us as human beings, like, we want to be seen. Sometimes we just don't say it. Sometimes we think we don't actually. But we want other people to see us. Like, when I look good and someone tell me, oh, Lighton, you look good. When I do something nice and someone to appreciate me, to appreciate me. I know it sounds like sometimes it can be as simple thing as thank you. There's a time I was walking to a store, and this lady had given me very good customer service, and I was with one friend. So there I was telling her, oh, thank you very much for your customer service. It was really nice working with you and all that. My friend was like, why are you telling her thank you? Like, why are you wasting your time? Because, that's what she's paid to do. But I'm like, yes, that's what she's paid to do. But, like, she has gone an extra mile. When I just tell her a simple thank you, it makes her feel better. And myself too, when I'm at work and someone tells me thank you, it makes me feel better. So I think we should try as much as we can to see each other. We should try and appreciate each other. If you see something good about your friend, even if it's a stranger, tell them, appreciate them. Tell them that, oh, you look good, or you're doing a good job. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, to share, and comment. Don't forget to hit that notification button because you don't want to miss any juicy conversations. And don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page so we keep this conversation going. If there's anything you want us to talk about, please reach out, comment, talk to us. I mean, we're here because we're here, we are in this together. And don't forget that we can all do better. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay hopeful. See you next week. Thank you. Bye.
Be strong.